Hey guys, good morning. It's Kate. It is September 23rd, so it is the second full calendar day of fall. Here in the Midwest, it is absolutely beautiful outside. Low 60s. It was actually 47 this morning when we woke up, so we got some fresh air out on the deck and made some pumpkin crock pot oatmeal yesterday. It was perfect, so stay tuned for that on the website, coming to you soon. This is going to be a really quick video about a really simple, fun activity that you can do with your littles. Something that introduces them to a little bit of new texture, a little bit of baking and culinary arts. And it's just a really fun thing to do to bond and have fun with your little on a cold day where maybe you don't want to spend too much time outside. So we're going to do a pumpkin handprint keepsake. You can turn this into a magnet that you put onto your fridge. You can punch a hole in it and tie a string through it and hang it somewhere in your house. Maybe put it in your kid's room if they're really proud of it. So many things that you can do, but I am just going to show you the basics of the keepsake and hope that you and your littles have fun with it too. Okay, so to start out with, I've already pre-mixed this. This is 1 cup of all-purpose flour and 1 cup of iodized salt, which I know sounds like a lot, but you want it to all stick together. So just make sure you have enough salt on hand. I didn't realize how much salt this recipe called for. I actually ran out, so I have to go get more salt today for dinners and cooking throughout the week. But yeah, 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of salt. Whisk it together. Mine's already been pre-whisked. I also have a measuring cup. This is a 1/2 cup of tap water and a few drops of orange food coloring. So if you want a lighter pumpkin, only do a few drops. If you want, I like burnt orange, obviously, so if you want a darker, more burnt orange pumpkin, you can do that. So 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of salt, 1/2 cup of water with orange food coloring. Super simple. You're going to mix it all together. And I'm actually preparing this while my daughter naps. She has a doctor's appointment today. She has to get some shots, so she's not going to be very happy. So I am preparing the dough ahead of time, and when we get back from the doctor, I figured this would be kind of a low-key, fun activity to raise her spirits a little bit. So you can prepare this maybe while your littles are napping or they're preoccupied doing something else if they're too young to be in the kitchen working yet, kind of like mine are, or mine is, I should say. Or if your littles are big enough to help in the kitchen, then this is a great thing for them to get their hands in and keep them busy. Okay, so finished product right here. This is your Play-Doh, pumpkin, clay, whatever you want to call it. I've already mixed it together. It looks yellow on the camera. I promise you here it's actually orange. So I wrapped it in some clear cling wrap, and I'm going to pop this in the fridge because we have to go to our doctor's appointment. And when we get home, we are going to let this thaw out for a little bit, and then we're going to do our handprint with it. This is super safe for them if your kids decide to try a piece or, lick their fingers or do whatever it is that kids do. I used orange food coloring for mine. Another option that you have is to not, if you're, concerned about dyes or what have you, you can just use the flour salt mixture and, do the handprint, go through, the motion. And then if your child is old enough, it might be more fun for them to paint their pumpkin and paint their handprint when you're done. So if you don't want to use food coloring, if you're worried about dyes or different things, or you even don't have any on hand, but you do have paint on hand, and your littles are old enough to responsibly handle that, then maybe that's a better option for you, is just to use the plain white dough, do the craft, and then paint afterward. But anyways, it's getting close to doctor's appointment time. Sorry if you hear my dog walking around. So I'm going to pop this in the fridge, and then we will see you back here in a few hours when we make our little hand pumpkins. Okay, so we are back from our doctor's appointment, and my little is asleep. We had just a few minutes to unwind when she got home, and I will say having a lighthearted, fun activity was really good for her. After shots, it kind of lifted her spirits. So I was just more in the moment, consoling her and making sure that she had fun and not so much about videotaping it. I will say, so we were gone for a little over an hour. This was refrigerated for more than an hour, and you can see it's still moldable, it's still soft. So if you are like me and you have to run out in between steps, or you want to get this done in the morning, and then go run some errands and have this ready for an afternoon activity, kind of like I did, don't be afraid to put it in the fridge. It's not going to dry it out. So the original step-by-step that I'm going to post says that you're supposed to use a big thing of dough and then kind of just mold it into a pumpkin shape, and then have your child's handprint in there, which I could have done, and if my baby was bigger, I definitely would have, because her hand wouldn't have fit. But I have this pumpkin-sized cookie cutter, and this was perfect. My daughter's teeny tiny hand actually fit this mold. So I used this, and I just cut out, I think it's a 3 or 4 inch cookie cutter, so it's pretty big. If you have a newborn, or maybe this is going to be a gift for someone or something, you can always use the smaller cookie cutters too. So I feel like it just makes it look more like a pumpkin. I definitely could have done the makeshift, just kind of mold it myself around my child's handprint, but I have these, so why not use them? And it worked. So I have to go get a crying. Okay, we're back. So anyways, I wanted to show you before I pop this in the oven. This is her handprint. You can kind of see the indentation and everything in it. And then I cut out the palm just using a regular knife. It cuts super easy like butter. And after this is baked, I'm just gonna put, order a wallet size photo of her. We just did some fall photos outside yesterday, so, just pop one in here. You can use a stencil and date it if you want. These are great, like I said in the beginning, to hang on your fridge as a magnet, or if you wanted to do 2 at a time. These are also great, just surprise little gifts for grandparents, or anyone close in your life, any type of loved one, just as a nice little keepsake. Super easy to make. All the ingredients are things that most people have around their house. I think the recipe says to pop this in the oven for at 160 degrees for I think an hour or 2 maybe. I'll have to fact check myself. Check the original recipe below. and then leave it overnight to sit, and then you're free to assemble it. Pop your picture in, make it into a magnet. The only thing I will say is if you plan on hanging it, I feel like this is a little heavy to hang, so I'm not going to do that, but if you want to try it and it works for you, I'd love to see it. But if you want to try it, I would punch a little hole maybe in the stem or something ahead of time, you know, obviously before you bake it and it gets, you know, hard and not easy to work with anymore. So if you want to do that now. Otherwise, pop this in a low heat oven for a couple of hours, and that's it. So I hope this was an easy, fun, enjoyable craft inspiration for you for fall. Just something to kind of feel like you embraced and enjoyed the season with your kids. Like I said, you know, if your kids are, you know, 4 or 5 years old, you know, they could probably spend hours outside playing in the cold. My daughter cannot, maybe an hour at the most if we go on a walk or something, but you know, our time outside in the cold is limited with her still. So doing stuff like this just kind of makes you feel like you're still celebrating, you're still embracing the season. It's an easy craft, it's an inexpensive craft. So I hope it is something that you will try with your own kids and you enjoy, and whoever you decide to give this adorable keepsake to really appreciates it. All right, well, I am going to go enjoy the rest of my day with my baby. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful day, and we'll see you back here next time. Bye, guys.